Welcome back. This is a section on percent and estimation. And this section we're going to talk about examples when you don't need exact answers and we can estimate or approximate what those answers could be. To do that, we're going to use what's called compatible numbers. Compatible numbers are numbers that are easy to divide without using a calculator. We can do it in our head. So here's an example. Estimate 19% of 30. Well, 19% is close to 20%. So we're going to estimate 20% instead of 19%. And as a fraction, 20% is 1/5. So 5 and 30, the 5 in the denominator and the number 30 are called compatible numbers because we can divide those easily in our head. So if we took 1/5 of 30, we would get about 6. Okay, so 1/5 of 30 is 6, so about 19% of 30 is approximately 6. All right, so here's another example. 25% of 41. Well, 25% as a fraction is 1/4. And a number that's close to 41 that is compatible with the 4 is about 40. So 1/4 and 40 are compatible numbers. And if we take 40 and divide it by 4, we get about 10. So 25% of 41 is about 10. Here's another example, 65% of 76. 65% as a fraction is about 66 2/3, which is 2/3 as a fraction. And 76 is about 75, and 3 and 75 are compatible numbers. 3 goes into 75 25 times. So if we take 75 and divide it by the 3, we would get our 25. And then we have to multiply it by the 2 in the numerator to get about 50. So 65% of 76 is about 50. Here's 2. Take some time to pause the video and try these on your own. All right, I hope you had a chance to do that. 24% of 44. 24% is close to 25. And so 25% as a fraction is 1/4 of 44. If you take 44 and divide it by 4, you get about 11. 40% of 49. Well, 40% as a fraction is 2/5. And 49 is pretty close to 50. And 50 and 5 are compatible numbers. When we take 50 and divide by 5, we get 10, and then multiplying by 2, that gives us 20. Left-handedness. Here's a word problem for you. About 11% of the population is left-handed. If there are about 13 million people in Illinois, about how many residents of Illinois are left-handed? Well, 11% of 13 million. 11% is pretty close to 10%, and 10% is 1/10. Okay, and 1/10 is just moving a decimal place 1 to the left. So if we have 13 million, the number of left-handed people in Illinois would be about 1.3 million, just by moving our decimal 1 to the left, or dividing by 10. A circulating $5 bill in the United States lasts about 22% as long as a $100 bill. If a $100 bill lasts 9 years, estimate how long a $5 bill will last. Well, a $5 bill, we said, lasts about 22% as long. Whoops. And 22% is pretty close to 25%. Or actually, we're going to use 20%. And that's about 1/5 as a fraction. And 9 years is close to 10 years. We're going to approximate that as 10 years. And these two numbers are compatible, 5 and 10, which gives us about 2 years. This is a good time to pause the video and try these 3 on the bottom on your own. All right, 8 out of 25, estimating the percent. 8 out of 25 is about 8 out of 24, and that's going to give us a fraction of 1/3. So as a percent, that's 33 1/3%. 14 out of 25 is pretty close to 15 out of 25. When we reduce that fraction, that gives us 3/5. And 3/5 as a percent is 60%. kind of get the idea how we're working on these. 89 out of 121. Well, 89 is pretty close to 90, and 121 is close to 120. So that would be like 9/12 if we divided by 10, and 9/12 could be reduced to 3/4. And as a percent, that would give us 75%. All right, so that's how you find estimating percents. Here's a chance for you to estimate each percent. Please pause the video and try these three, and bring your answers to class on these. And we'll see you next time.